I'm joined by Max and Ben on this episode to talk through Banana Clip Studios. This is bringing back the era of browser-based games, something I spent way too much time on back when I was at uni. So this is a bit of nostalgia for me, and I think what their guys are doing here is pretty cool. But we'll go through this and talk through the entire project and what they're trying to bring out here for the Cardano ecosystem. Max, Ben, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Pete. Super excited to be here. Awesome intro, too. Appreciate that.
Thanks.
Very cool.
Thanks. I'd like to get know you guys just that little bit better. Like, how did you both get into the Cardano ecosystem?
Yeah, for sure. I can start out. So my name is Max. On Twitter, you can find me at nameiscrush with a picture of a turtle, the turtle from Nemo. Also on Discord, everywhere. So I'll just start out by saying if you want to talk, I'd be happy to talk. I have been in Cardano for a while now, since around 2018, 2019. I've been pretty quiet. I've been in the background, but I've been watching all of the magic that the whole community has been developing over the years. I was here before smart contracts and then, CNFTs. I was doing, order book transactions on MuesliSwap. I was here for MinSwap. And all you guys, I've been watching from the sidelines, but yeah, it's beautiful. Obviously, it's kind of been my home in crypto, just because everybody here has pretty strong, pretty intense values, which is super cool. And yeah, that's my history in Cardano. I can definitely go into more about myself as well, but I'll leave it to Ben for his Cardano part.
Yeah, well, Max actually got me involved in it around 2020. So I bought a ton of Cardano and bought it on Voyager back in the day. And luckily, the day before it collapsed, I moved all of the Cardano out into a hard wallet, cold wallet. So that was great.
So
One of the Cardano community people, just I was talking to because I wanted to learn more. He was like, "You got to move it now." And thank God he said that. So yeah, I've been in Cardano since 2020, just watching on the sidelines, learning about the projects and trying to be more involved.
That's awesome, guys. And you are so lucky you moved out of Voyager when you did. I still remember that collapse. But now you guys have obviously been watching on the sidelines and are now starting your own project here. Can we talk a little bit about the project, and then we'll get into your backgrounds of how are you getting this all implemented? So what is exactly Banana Clip Studios and what are you guys delivering?
Yeah, for sure. So Banana Clip Studios is pretty much taking iconic browser games from the likes of Miniclip, Crazy Games, Addicting Games. These are old browser platforms from the 90s, early 2000s that I'm sure a lot of you guys listening have probably played at some point. We're talking tower defense games, Agario, Swords and Sandals, Bunny Invasion, Raft Wars. There's hundreds, but a lot of people have played them, and I think the number is pretty crazy. It's over 1 billion people have actually played browser games. In terms of consistent players, it's around 500 million, and it's still growing. It's a crazy market. But yeah, we've deeply loved these games, I'm sure a lot of you have, and we're pretty much taking them and adding what we believe to be a much needed and potentially extremely fun global economy that is possible with Cardano and blockchain tech. So yeah, and we can get into the details of how that works, but that's pretty much a simple overview. We're bringing these iconic games to Web3, and tokenizing them in a very simple way. So,
how can you do this? Because all these games are built and designed by various developers around, way back whenever they started. Can you just take those games and publish them within your platform? What's the licensing, or what's the deal with that?
Definitely, great question. So there's two routes here. One of them is, well, first of all, a lot of these super popular games aren't the originals. So a lot of them are remakes of classic game mechanics that go way back. So most games, even the most popular ones, are remakes of older games. So there's leeway there. You can reskin a game. You can change the mechanics slightly. You can do it in a legal way that allows you to produce the game yourself. So that is one route we're taking. We're taking that at the beginning. But the other route, and this kind of ties into our grand vision, which we really want to kind of express here, is we think a lot of these game studios and developers would love the opportunity to be part of this global economy that can be behind like iconic browser games. So we're in talks with a few studios and hopefully more in the future, because we're just kind of starting out, and we're gaining a community and really trying to show our vision. And yeah, so the goal is to bring not just big studios but indie developers as well, and give them a platform to economize their games per se.
Gotcha. Okay, that's pretty cool. Because a lot of these browser-based games, you just go on, you play, and that's it. Like, I don't see how the developers are making any money out of this. I've spent countless hours playing browser-based games, and I even got my 5-year-old daughter playing a couple of now as well. So we just find some free ones that are easy for her to play, and I can't see how the economy or monetization of it works. But this sounds like it gives the developers an opportunity. It sounds like you're building the whole platform for them as well, which sounds absolutely amazing. So how do they make money through this? What is the economy behind it?
Definitely. So the economy obviously it's like the cornerstone of this. So I guess I can start with kind of the how the ecosystem works as a whole. So the Bana token, our platform token, is pretty much going to be a medium that allows you to go in and out of these individual games and their mechanics. So unlike normal play to earn games where it's like, okay, the token is just minted while you're playing a game, you find an object, you get rewarded for playtime. The mechanics of each game will actually be internal. So it's going to kind of preserve the magic that made these games really special. And like, even though there's a lot of simplicity, it's super addicting and fun. So each game is kind of its own individual system. And then the token itself will be able to be traded for the individual in-game currencies in all the games. I can go into detail with that a little more, but it's kind of an innovative approach we're trying to take, where it's like a in and out sort of flow for the token. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. If there's more, please let me know.
Yeah, it kind of does, and I think you can go a little bit deeper with that one as well. So the tokens can be used in the game itself. I'm just trying to envisage what type of games, but there's a lot of mechanics like that. Can you explain a couple of them that maybe within some of these games that would be using a token?
Definitely, yeah. So we'll give a couple examples. Let's say tower defense. That's actually in some of the videos we've posted. But Bloons Tower Defense, for example, super popular game, super addicting. I probably play it too much at my age, but it's super fun, simple. So in that game, say you're super far down the game, you're gonna probably die on the next round. You have the option as somebody who holds Bana in your wallet to buy in-game currency at a variable rate. And the variable rate is important because it limits the inflation of the Bana token. We can get into that a little more. But so in that case, if you're going to die and you want to continue your game and if you haven't gotten to this level yet, you'll be able to buy in-game cash, the Banana cash, the Bloons Tower Defense cash with Bana token. And vice versa, if you just killed it in Bloons Tower Defense and you want to cash out, the way the play to earn will work is you have to sacrifice in-game characters, in-game cash, and sell that for Bana itself, which is an instant transaction. And that, of course, comes with it sacrifice. You might die sooner because you're actually selling in-game resources. Yeah, it's kind of a push-pull effect there. And we have in our white paper, we have detailed kind of like the pros and cons of that. But really the idea here is it preserves, again, the mechanics of the original games. And even though they're very simple mechanics, they're very fine tuned, and it's designed to be really addicting and rewarding. And it's amazing how there's a reason all of us have nostalgia, and we spend too much time on them, because even though it's simple, it's super addicting. So
Yeah.
the whole idea is to preserve those mechanics, preserve the magic of the classics, but create this bridge, like super easy bridge in and out, if you want to bring value in, or take some of that value that you've created in game and pull it out, add a little bit of a sacrifice for your in-game progress.
Okay, that makes sense, and I like how you're preserving the in-game mechanics, so you're not ruining the game with all the crypto play to earn side of things. So that's really good to hear. Competition-wise, like, I got into Gala Games way before they blew up. What is your competition looking like at the moment? I know Gala's like massive now. What are the platforms are out there that you guys will be competing against?
If we're keeping it to a similar idea, a platform with multiple simple browser games, it's two platforms really in the industry. I would say the closest are Nakamoto, they're on Polygon, and Rollercoin, they're on Polygon as well. Rollercoin is definitely not about the gameplay. It's more about just earning. It's not really fun games. Nakamoto, I don't want to throw any shade. I love everybody who's trying to compete, do this sort of stuff. But like I said, it's a complex sort of onboarding. I've been in crypto for a while, and I've had problems with it. Long game loading times. They remade stuff not in the cleanest way. Beautiful platform though, beautiful designers. I gotta say, it's really cool what they did. They're right now a massive project. I think they went up to a crazy, looking at $1 billion valuation at some point during the past couple months. But I would say they're the closest to us. They did a good job, but we really want to improve upon a lot of the things we see there. So that's Polygon. On Cardano, we're kind of like, this is a new sort of thing on Cardano, I think. I know there's some gaming, but it's not, Cardano isn't a huge gaming chain. A lot of financial tools, a lot of, real stuff per se, which is awesome. But I think, even though this is a gaming thing and it's browser games, I think this is could be a very, very real thing. The market is massive, more than a lot of financial markets. We're talking 10 times the amount of players as Fortnite, which is obviously massive AAA title, massive amount of financial ongoings there. So, so it's a massive market. If we can, somebody's going to eventually pull it in with these browser games. It makes too much sense. Blockchain is too primed for something like this. So, hopefully we can do it, and we can do it on Cardano. We're going to try, and we got, a great community with us. So that's the big vision.
Sounds big. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how are you guys putting this all together? Are you guys developers? What's your background with that?
I went to college for engineering and economics, and I've always loved products, tinkering with stuff, building. I built an electric bike back in the day. I was super into mechanical stuff, really into it. And then I kind of moved into software in college, started exploring. I got really obsessed with interface stuff. So I actually built a DEX on my own, just for my free time a couple years ago, just for fun. And I get obsessed with stuff. So I got super into interface, especially with Web3. UX is so critical for the future of what we're going to do. And really, in reality, it's the magic in crypto is how seamless of a value system it is globally, but that hasn't really been flexed too much, because obviously it's complicated to do a lot of things and to learn blockchain. So I think a beautiful UX from forward-thinking people that are already in crypto can really just show the world how clean of a value system it is. And I think it starts with simple things like gaming platforms like us, even though it's not real money or real financial stuff. I think it's a great way to show, the capabilities of blockchain as the global value system. So yeah, that's kind of where I come from. Super into product design and obviously into these browser games. They're super fun and I love the mechanics of them. So that came together, and of course, being in Cardano for so long, saw the evolution, dabbled around some other chains. This is definitely my place right now. It's great. So, and that brought me here to this, and we threw a design together, um, uh, think tanked it for about a year. We're a little nervous to show people, but yeah, here we are now. And Ben, I kind of
Yeah.
has a similar background in design stuff, but
So yeah, on my end, I started like building like him, like engineering stuff when I was little, and then I moved to software in high school, and then I kind of just kept on. I built a couple apps in college. I built a couple apps, and then I worked for a couple Web2 startups as a product manager because I understood the code and how things should uh, look at the end and how to make them a reality. So I kind of wanted to pass those skills on to here, like Web3, and I wanted to build something amazing. And I think there's a huge opportunity because if you look at like just like Crazy Gains alone, is just Web2 version of what we're building has over like 45 million monthly active players, which is like crazy, and
Big numbers.
there's no economy for it. No one's really making money off of it. And it's just like a huge opportunity, and it's growing. And I think this is like primed for tokenization and just a great way to onboard a ton of people from Web 2 onto Web 3 without them really even knowing. But they'll just see the value it brings them, through this incredible interface that we're trying to build, that we are building.
So it sounds like you're taking a really user-centric approach. Like what I'm hearing from this conversation is like, the UI user experience is a priority for you guys. So I'm hoping that you guys are making that onboarding of the users as easy as possible, because I know creating a wallet sometimes is painful for some people. We always talk about this like a grammar test. Can my grammar start using Web3? So what type of approach are you taking there with wallets and onboarding the users into the Web3 ecosystem?
yeah, great question. So this is like at the core of what we're trying to do and we're really excited about. And it's something we haven't really seen done perfectly yet. So the magic with these iconic browser games is that they're so easy to play. You literally you don't need an account. You press play, you play the game, it loads in like 5 seconds. You play. At the end of the game, you can press replay and just keep going. You can close out, whatever, easiest thing ever. And to kind of obscure that, which I think has been done with these attempts at making mini game, browser game platforms in Web3, is that it's a multi-step process. You need a wallet. There's a ton of different ways to earn tokens. You have to pay to play a lot of the games. There's a long loading time. You can't replay instantly. It's definitely not Web 2 friendly. It's barely Web 3 friendly for somebody who's on a different chain. So we think that obscuring the simple beauty behind these games is just ridiculous. So the whole point with us is we are really trying to be like the simplest or one of the simplest Web3 experiences yet in terms of anything. It could be even like Coinbase, like an exchange like that. We want it to be insanely simple. So one of our main values is one click to play. You don't need to sign in, completely Web 2 friendly. Anybody on Web 2 could come on and play newer renditions or just games straight from the original developers, these iconic browser games. And if you want to get economically involved, you just have to sign up and you get a wallet custodially made for you on the platform. And then for people who already have wallets who are in the Cardano ecosystem and we want to go multi-chain eventually, following our values of like interoperability, whole world gaming platform for these browser games, that'll be a wallet connect. You'll be able to quickly send tokens in and out of Banana Clip. And we want to do some cool integrations with other projects like DEXs. You guys, we will be hopefully in touch with some of you guys soon. we want to have the ability to instantly buy Bana on site or sell it. So straight DEX integration into the platform. That'd be super cool. But yeah, so that's our plan with the wallet stuff. And yeah, any more details on that? I'm sorry I'm rambling, but I get excited. So
no, that sounds good. That sounds like a really good approach. So like, if you want to get involved, then you connect your wallet, you do all those aspects, and you can get in and out of the ecosystem there. So nice approach there. So it's hopefully should onboard a lot more users into the crypto space, Web3, and also Cardano. So that'd be a really, really good thing to see.
So one of the aspects is the ability for other tokens from other projects to like put their tokens on within the games. So for example, in Motherlode, you're like drilling for materials. Instead of getting just like gold, you can get like SNEC token or like any like Ajax. So that's like an almost like a subtle way for other projects to create awareness for themselves within the whole gaming ecosystem. So I thought that was a unique thing to mention. That
interactive yield farming. That's cool. That is cool. Cool. What's the timeline like for you guys? Oh, are you at the point of, can I log into the website and start playing now? When will we see games on there, and when can we start earning, play to earn through their platform?
Yeah, definitely. So the play to earn thing, we actually try to avoid play to earn. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, the play to earn thing, I do want to mention that it's a little like played out in the Web3 gaming space, because like, where does the value come? So we're trying to kind of avoid like the play to earn thing, because that doesn't really make too much sense in the long term. And we've seen a lot of very well funded, very well thought out games kind of fail to an extent because of that play to earn thing economically. And if we want to have exciting global economies behind these games, it can't be something where everybody's losing their hard-earned money when they are part of the ecosystem. So we're trying to avoid play to earn. We want to be like this economic thing where you can use the token in game, buy NFTs, and there's a lot more functionality that we haven't talked about. Maybe we can touch on if we have time at the end.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yep. But so I just want to take that opportunity to bring that part up. But yeah, so in terms of timeline, we have a pretty extensive team. Actually, it's us. We have 3 people on marketing, design, another engineer, and we're working with a really cool studio, which you guys probably know. They've done a few of the biggest gaming projects in Web3, very world renowned. And we've been talking with them about this project for over a year now, and they're really excited about it. And we're excited to really release details on that. But they, like us, we really want to do this right. And it's gonna, the only way to onboard Web2 studios and such is to do it really right, do it well. So we definitely are taking the long approach on that. Our current timeline, we don't want to give any false promises. Our current timeline for a full build, we're aiming to release full product to the public 6 months from now. That's polished. So before then, you'll definitely see MVPs. We already have 2 of our games built. They're not Web3 integrated. Our platform, you'll be able to play around with and see all the functionality, not fully connected on the back end very soon. I think we have some demo videos out there. And this week, we're going to have some more demos of the actual gameplay and how the economy works there. But yeah, that's full disclosure on our timeline. And of course, keep you guys updated, and would love to keep chatting. So
cool. Sounds good. A little bit earlier, you did talk about the token itself and different things that you can do with it within the economy. You were alluding to it, and wanted to elaborate a little bit more.
So I guess we can just, with the game thing, there's the in-game and out-of-game. With the in-game cash mechanisms that will all stay static in-game, but there will be a variability in-game to out-game exchange rate based on the allocation per game, based on the players per game, with a fixed, not a fixed, but a capped yearly inflation rate for Bana. Sorry if that's a lot of words right there. It's like
It's like the Dex.
It was
yeah,
a
it's
bit.
like Dex. Yeah, it's like yield farming on a Dex. So it's gonna kind of work the same way there with the popularity of each game and the actual in-game, out-of-game cash rate, exchange rate is gonna be constantly varying based on that yield farm and the amount of people actually pulling out of the game. So that's
Gotcha. Yep.
the in-game, out-of-game cash thing is one whole thing in itself. I think it'd be super fun. That's how you're going to be earning if you really go hard and you sacrifice some in-game resources. And that's also how, if you went on like arcade pre-hacks back in the day, tried to max out Bloons Tower Defense or Age of War or something. You're going to be able to do that too if you want to spend some mana. So you can yoke out a game, go crazy, explore all the games, their potential if you want
Awesome.
to. So that's the in-game, out-of-game cash transfer. We're also going to do like PvP betting. So that'll be, say, like a 2-player game, Age of War. I don't know if you guys have played. It's like you have 2 different colonies and one you try to upgrade through the ages. So if you have a 2-person lobby there, you'll be able to wager Bana on that game, and whoever wins, boom, takes all the Bana. So that's a PvP example. PvA, we got like Agario, obviously smash hit. It's already crazy addicting and hype without any economy involved. But we want to, I guess there's an example of how that would work with the Bana token. When you're entering a lobby, you want to play Agario, you throw down some Bana, maybe that's 10 Bana. Half of that, 5, will go out into the field as those small dots. You'll keep 5 inside your vessel. And as you eat dots and eat other players, that will grow in Bana, so you'll get a 1-to-1 of all the Bana there. And then you can pull out of the game and keep that Bana. And if you die, obviously, you lose it. So that's a player versus all example. What else do we got? We're going to have casino games in there, 8-ball pool, stuff like that. We will have this cool staking mechanism that's gamified, kind of looks like... Again, it harkens to Bloons Tower Defense. You actually, instead of just staking your Bana, you're going to be able to buy different level factories, and that will produce Bana for you, and you'll get a return. We're just going to make that fun. We want to do eventually cross-chain transfers because, like I said, we want to be interoperable. Our TGE is on Cardano, of course. TGE on Cardano, all of our tokens. If we move to other chains, we're going to do a burn of that percentage on Cardano and mint on other chains. So that's how we're going to do the transfers. And then down the line, we want to have the ability to have single players have multiple wallets connected, and they can bring Bana in and shoot it out to another chain. And there's more. I think there's more utility, but I'll hold my tongue there. But yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds really good at the moment. So I'll put links to everything in the show notes so people can find out a little bit more about it and get excited. But no, the one thing that you mentioned there was the staking mechanism and making it a little bit more interesting than, how we stake on dexes. You just go click, bang, done, whatever. But, having it a little bit more interactive, making it fun, especially when you're in the gaming ecosystem, just kind of makes sense. And you can probably teach people about staking and how staking works in DeFi with gamifying it like that. So I like that kind of approach. So really good work there, guys. Well, I can't wait for this one to come about and get my hand on some of these games and start playing around with the ecosystem. So good luck with the development and the roadmap and getting things up and running, and good luck with the token sale as well on Coinector. You're definitely in good hands there. They're pushing out a lot of projects at the moment, so you're definitely one to keep an eye on. Now, you guys have got a couple more things on the pipeline there as well. You've got this token sale with Coinector. I noticed that you have NFTs as well. So do you want to talk a little bit about this?
The NFT thing, so part of the platform is going to be a marketplace where people will freely be able to trade in-game assets, NFTs that we're looking to mint. We have some artists who are really into doing art of that follows these iconic games. So, Motherload, I don't know if you've heard of that or played it before, but we have some cool art in the pipeline that's reminiscent of that. And all of these arts will have, benefits in game. And they will all be available in Bana on the platform and then mintable out to a wallet. So that's kind of the marketplace will be this instant transaction. You can buy stuff, sell stuff instantly, no transaction fees thing, and then bring those assets on chain. So that NFT thing is a little more down the line. It's not priority right now, but it's just kind of a concept of what we can do and where we can go with this. So you buy like a new shield for your hull in Motherlode, or you have you got a special Super Monkey in Bloons Tower Defense. You can pull that out of game as an NFT, trade it on the Banana Clip platform, or mint it out to your wallet, and it will actually mint and be on chain, and then it's off the platform. So that's kind of the NFT thing. In terms of the sale, yeah, we have a token sale coming up with Coinecta. They've been good friends of ours for a while. It's pretty cool, and they're great people. Shout out Marty Theta. Very cool. It's been great working with them. So yeah, that's coming up. There'll be more details on that soon if you guys are interested.
I'll update the links down below in the show notes for when all those details do come out. So if you're watching this a little bit early before the announcement of the token sale and all that, I'll put the white paper, token utilities, all that stuff in the show notes, and we'll update in the future. Well, I can't wait for this one to come about and get my hand on some of these games and start playing around with the ecosystem. So good luck with the development and the roadmap and getting things up and running. And good luck with the token sale as well on Coinecta. You're definitely in good hands there. They're pushing out a lot of projects at the moment. So you're definitely one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks for that conclusion, Pete. I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Really enjoyed it. Great questions. Looking forward to chatting more.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.